We welcome DTM Ellen Paul to share their valuable thoughts. DTM Ellen Paul, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Maimuna. I haven't had the pleasure of talking to Maimuna, but I remember giving her a lot of PR awards, so it's great to see you in person. Now, every year I keep coming back, and the number of people I know keeps decreasing, but it's good to see familiar faces, and even better to see many new ones. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I was in Kuwait and I moved to the UK in 2021. Now, even though I moved out of District 20, District 20 didn't move out of me. So, thank you for the opportunities to keep coming back and serve the district that made me who I am today. Now, I'm glad that I am the last presenter for today because after you got to know how to do an open house and speech crafts, you heard all the different innovative ideas to do this. Okay, let me share my screen first of all. Right. Now, I know it's a pretty long name. My presentation has a very big name, and there's a reason for that. When CGD Dahlia approached me, she said, talk something about marketing for open houses and speech crafts. And after various discussions, I told her that I'm not really a marketing person. I'm more into public relations. So after the end of this presentation, you will kind of know what I mean by present public relations and why Toastmasters encourages us to do more of public relations than marketing, right? Uh, a little bit about me. I was the past District 20 Public Relations Manager, and currently I'm serving as the Public Relations Manager of District 91, which is in the UK. It's a I mean, I'm a solutions engineer by profession, but public relations is something that I'm passionate about, and this is something that I love doing. And today's agenda, these are the things that I'll be discussing about. Strategies for creating creative events, how to shine in the media, outreach that matters, social media promotional tactics, and we'll end with a question and answer session. Now, I'll keep it very quick because I know we are running out of time, so I have condensed it a little bit. I will go quickly to the Q&A session because I'm pretty sure you will have a lot of questions, and that is what we want to hear from you on how to do things better, right? So, in the various presentations, you heard about all these things, but it is not just enough that you do an open house or a speech craft just for the sake of it, right? After this presentation, I want you to do open houses that can attract a good crowd and hopefully have a great number of attendees convert to members. So I will first be starting with my own story. I will share my experiences and how I did things. Now, before I go forward with that, here's a simple question that I would like to ask everyone. This is a good way for me to know if every one of you is active or not, or if you turned off your videos and you're not hearing my presentation. So this is just a way for me to identify. Uh, this is a question that I would like to ask you. What are some of the team meetings you have attended, or or that you would like to see? Many of you here must have attended a lot of team meetings, right? So put them on chat. Which is one favorite themed meeting that you liked? SOS, what is that? Is that the open house? Oh, sustainability. Kai, okay. Minimalism. Bollywood meeting, that sounds interesting. School children meetings, superheroes, wow. Halloween, that's one of my favorites. Halloween. All right, fantastic. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. All right. So let's keep that coming, and I would like you to keep that in your mind as I'm going to do this presentation. Coffee madness, that's interesting. I should do that. All right. So, why I spoke about team meetings is because when I first took over the role of the president of Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club, we had, I think, 10 members. And I mean, we had 10 members, but we were quite passionate. And we took over in July. And all of us got together and we were just thinking, what can we do before the end of the next renewal cycle to get that 20 target? What can we do? Because this 20 number is very important for our meetings to have that stability. So it was very important for our club to succeed. So we were wondering, what can we do to make things interesting? Wow, I can see the team meetings coming in. And that is exactly what we did. Over the course of the next 3 months, July, August, September, we planned team meetings the three entire 3 months. So there were 6 team meetings. And we did this in a way we asked members, hey, what are you interested in? What is it that you would like to do? You are going to be the Toastmaster of the day. What is the theme that you would like to set? Right? And what happened? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a minute there. Right. And what happened is we got to know various different members. Now, there was superhero meeting that we did. We did stand-up comedy night. There were people who were interested in stand-up comedy. And we were like, okay, let's do stand-up comedy night. There were people who were interested in a gardening workshop. We were like, okay, let's do a gardening workshop. So these are some of the ways that we promoted it. Now, ignore the brand uncompliant poster, but at the time we just didn't have anything to go outside there. So this was one poster that we created. And what we did is we shared it across different social media platforms. We asked people like, hey, we have this workshop coming up. And here it talks about, no balcony pots or soil. Don't worry, you can still grow plants. This was quite a captivating caption. And somehow it shot up and it became viral to a point that we were able to get it featured on the newspaper. And during that time, we also had Kuwait TV2, KTV2, Kuwait TV, reporters coming in for the meeting. It was quite a surprise because what we planned was an open house of a themed meeting, but what we didn't expect was the huge turnout. We were actually so worried how we'll accommodate everyone into that venue. But we made everyone sit on the floor because we didn't have enough seats for it. And it was a nice experience being featured on national television for something like this. So it was quite an experience. And what I would like you all to do is experiment with different things. You never know what really clicks. For me, this clicked. Getting on Kuwait national television really clicked. Were you able to see? Just give me a thumbs up if you are able to see that screen. Were you able to see this screen?
Yes.
Yes, this was the screen you saw, right? Okay, great. And also for the stand-up comedy night, we had a famous director coming to see our event. Now, again, we marketed it like an open house where we could bring in people who were interested to see stand-up comedy. But what we used to do was also promote Toastmasters. We used to show them meetings. We used to show them table topics and all these things that we usually do in a Toastmaster meeting. So when people used to attend for specific things, what they didn't realize was that we were slowly raising awareness about Toastmasters, and some of these members converted to Toastmasters. So this was another TV interview that I did, and it was helpful for me to raise awareness about Toastmasters. Apart from that, these are some sessions. We hosted a superhero meeting. We were also featured in the newspapers for it. This is a section of the newspaper where we were in. And we also got invited I also tried different opportunities for radio as well. We were there in a podcast, a radio broadcast of this. So it was quite a nice experience. So what happened towards the end of September was that we hit our target. We were able to get 20 members. And it was all thanks to not just our members, it was thanks to the district as well as other clubs within the district. Whenever we needed role players, we were able to get the help that we needed. And that's the beauty of being part of District 20. You need role players for a specific open house or something that you're targeting to attract members, you will have it right then and there. And it was quite what is it? We achieved our objective. It was a great. We never knew that we tried it. We just tried different techniques, and it was helpful for us when it actually worked. So that was one thing that we did uh, to get members. We tried open houses with variety in our team meetings. And that is something that you can brainstorm with your executive team or with your team members on how can you make something attractive that can be featured on social media that can get a lot of members to come for your meeting, right? That is a thought for you. So all these team meetings that you mentioned, try to make posters about it. Try to push it out there. There's no problem in asking newspapers to feature an article about your meeting. There's no problem with asking national televisions or radios like, hey, we have an event coming up. This will be beneficial for the community. So it would be great if you can promote this out. We had most of the time we had rejections, but the times when we had a success, we always used to be featured outside, so that was an advantage. Now moving from president to an area director role, as when I was an area director, my main aim was to get leads for the different workshops, for different I mean, for me, how do I do an open house, right? This is where I again asked my members, like, okay, do you have a community or an association that you are a part of, or are you part of any educational institutions, or do you have do you work in a company where we could promote Toastmasters, right? I had reached out to everyone. I mean, in our Toastmaster meetings, during the breaks, we always have time to talk to different people, talk about where they are, what they're doing, and we try to find out if their company or the educational institution or if their community would like to raise awareness about Toastmasters. So this is how you are able to get leads to conduct various open houses or speechcraft sessions. In my time as area director, I was able to reach out to a community, and as you know, you heard from DTM Alka Kumra. She was a CGD at that time. You heard about all the how to do an open house things. I had that same presentation by her, and we did an open house. This was some pictures of the open house. You saw this is in my area, so many different people, many different members of different clubs came to do an open house for this. Now, it is not just important that you do an open house. What is very important is to make it as engaging as possible, uh, make it fun, have some creative table topics. Very important, have a booth so that you can collect their details, because it is not just important that you do an open house and then that is it. No, you would also love to invite them back to attend one of your sessions. Now, for this open house, my aim was to charter a new club. I was not successful, but the people who attended joined various clubs within my area. So, hey, it's not all a loss, right? I couldn't charter a club, but at least I was able to bring in members. I was able to raise awareness about Toastmasters in that community. Same goes for different in my this was not under me, this was under CGD Alka again. In my company, we had a open house, and for me, it was nice that I got this opportunity to be a general evaluator for that demo meeting, because after that meeting, my CEO, my CTO, my manager were all impressed that I was able to go out there and speak. They didn't know that I speak like that. So what used to happen is whenever we had our company events, they used to make me the MC, because they are like, okay, this guy is a Toastmaster. He can speak. All right. So if you're thinking about doing a demo meeting in your company, that is a good opportunity. yeah, you should take that up. You should try to approach the HR or someone who is responsible and just pitch the idea about how Toastmasters can help their organization, how help their company, right? Moving on. Right. Okay. Moving on. Now, this is one person who I would like to meet, who I would like to recognize. Mazrul, are you here? Last time you were here, right? Okay. He just left because I told him I'm going to mention you. Right. Okay, so Mazrul was the assistant club growth director for my area, and we both used to discuss about how to raise awareness within Toastmasters. So he was part of this English speaking organization, and we discussed about how, hey, they could actually benefit from Toastmasters. And he pitched the idea over there, and we conducted a small open house sort of online to raise awareness about Toastmasters. Now, nothing happened during my term. I was not able to charter a club, but somehow I was able to sow the seeds and raise the awareness, because after my term, what happened is that uh, uh, there was a mega speechcraft session where there were more than 30 speechcrafters who came, and there were 3 speechcraft coordinators for that session, and they were all interested to try out different they were all interested to learn more about Toastmasters and how to join as well. So it's all about asking. These are the different public relations strategies. Get in touch with people. Ask people about the different opportunities that you can do. So, also promotion, social media. Please don't forget to tag. That is one thing that I saw when I saw the beautiful posters that were created by the event organizers. The first thing that I told them to do is, hey, tag me, please. I would like to show this off to my friends. It's amazing. And if you have an event, don't hesitate to reach out to TVs, radios, newspapers. Now, back then, during that time, I didn't have AI tools like ChatGPT. Uh, ChatGPT is a product right now, but it is turning out to be a service. It is there in many devices right now. So you have various different options to make your promotions as creative as possible. Now, before I conclude, I would just like to leave with this message. I saw the entire presentation. I heard members talk about why they would like to do this. Now, it is not just about getting a DTM status. It is not just about fulfilling your objectives or DCP points, or for your experience as well. What's really important that I would like you all to keep in mind is about the impact, about the impact that you're having on the members who are going to benefit from Toastmasters. You learn a lot being in Toastmasters, and you're raising awareness about Toastmasters. So keep that in mind while you do open houses and speech crafts, while you raise awareness out there about Toastmasters. So those are my 2 cents. I would like to go straight to the Q&A because I'm pretty sure you have a lot of questions, and we are running a little bit short on time. So I'm opening the floor for Q&A. Thank you.
It was so lovely to hear DTM Paul. Good evening, viewers, and uh, I'm so excited to interact directly to DTM Paul. Directly means wholeheartedly. DTM Paul, can I have a question?
Mhm.
Alan Paul, first
Mhm.
of all, many congratulations for having a neonate. We could not talk after that. Congratulations once again to see you online platform as usual. Very insightful, depth, content and knowledge and very elevated presentation. Thank you very much. The only question what I had was there should also, when we do open house meeting, there was one PR suggestion was having the list, not just having the list of attendees who showcased or wanted to become a member over the period of the time. We missed out those to connect, networking, or interacting with him following for at least minimum 3 months' time. Because if you go for a 1 month vacation from the Kuwait, and it will easily take another 15 days, which means 45 days out of the box, right? All your efforts have gone, drained. So minimum 3 months is required. So that's the only suggestion I wanted to make because we did a lot of open house. DTM Alka was there and Alan was very supportive. DTM Christie, sir. During my division director team, we were one of the solid. I consider him as a platinum, not as a gold. DTM Christie, if I'm correct, DTM Paul, Alan. So we did lot of exciting events, and we reaped not just the best awards for our District 20, inviting the world champions in the open house. How many of us had actually seen for the past 2 years benchmarking with the world champions? So we lost that touch. Darren Tay, DTM, Romana Smith, during my division director team, we had a solid team. Those are the things which add value and the quality to our club, your membership, your district leadership, and that resonates for a long. How do you create your own legacy for a year? That should be the goal. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Ramkumar. I remember I was the event chair when Ramona Smith came to Kuwait, and you both were the division directors who had guided and inspired me. DTM Ram and DTM Christie were an inspiration. So thank you for the opportunities and for the legacies that you had created in District 20. And about what you said, yes, I think that we need
Thank
to do
you.
an entire workshop on that one single topic. There's a lot to explain over that. So thank you for that. Any other questions, or should I just hand back to the MC to take the Q&A? Yes, Dr. Sumant.
Yeah, what an insightful view. Nice presentation by you. When DTM Alan Paul, when I joined, when I was in the infancy of my Toastmasters here 2021, that time I was hearing nice things about you, but unfortunately I couldn't meet you because you already shifted that time. But now it's very nice to see you, hear from you as well. Very trivial question. What is your take on what is the best time? I know never too late or beginning is the half end. The best time to start these open houses and all the things?
Okay. First of all, Dr. Sumant, I have also heard a lot about you. I remember you winning a lot of awards. And most importantly, the awareness that you raised outside Toastmasters. Impressive. Thank you. I'm glad to know that you're an area director right now. And there is never, it's never late. You can always do open houses at any time. But my preference is to do it as soon as possible because like DTM Ram and everyone said, like it takes time to convert some of the members some of the attendees into members. So it's never too late. The earlier the better. And keep also supporting all other area directors and division directors. Whenever someone is doing an open house, we always gain some insights or another. When, like, say, for example, when my colleagues were doing open houses, I remember DTM Rohena was an area director when I was also an area director, and we used to support each other for different demo meetings, right? We used to see what works, what doesn't, and then implement that for the next open house. So it's always a good experience. Just start doing, worry about the rest later. Hope that helps. Yes, Dr.
you.
Nishi. Long time.
Good evening, DTM Paul, my buddy for the event with the world champ, Ramana Smith. Okay, I have a very simple question, but I want to clarify this with you, and I want some insight into it. We have an online women's club, as you are aware, the Empowered Women. Now, this year, we are planning to have open house. I'm thinking of having a hybrid setup in the sense because we are in different locations in Kuwait, in India, in Qatar. So I'm planning, like, for example, having a setup in Salmiya Garden. Now I'm so inspired to have an open house in Salmiya Garden. And do you think it will work fine? I mean, we will have this hybrid kind of a thing. And at the same time, we will contact.
Sorry, did I lose you? Or did you? Hello? Hello? Okay, I'll pick on from the last that I heard from you, Dr. Nishi. First of all, yes, she when we hosted Ramona Smith, she was my other event chair as well. So we both almost started at the same track. And Dr. Nishi has also appeared on interviews in Kuwait national television. So I think she, in terms of PR, she is quite amazing. It's quite amazing that you are asking me for an opinion. So thank you, Dr. Nishi. Now, in terms of your question, yes, you should do a workshop. I remember we, just for the sake of it, we did a walkathon and some picnic as well in Marina Beach in Kuwait. And we were able to raise awareness about Toastmasters during that time. Now, if you ask me about hybrid, I am not an expert on that. From my experience doing hybrid, if you're outside, especially if you're outside in a beach or a garden, it might be a little hard to concentrate on the online attendees. This is just my take on it, but I'm pretty sure the other tech experts in the room might disagree with me. Because this is just my thought. Like, if you're there outside in the garden, most of the people who are online can feel ignored. So this is just my take on it. I am pretty sure others might have a different take on it. This is just based from my experience. I'm pretty sure. Yes, Dr.
So
Nishi?
I got it. I got it what you're saying, Annie. It's just a thought. I don't know how it will happen, but then since we are spread in different 3 locations, just to bring them together and then conduct at the same time. That is the whole idea.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
By the way, just try it out, learn from the experiences, and tell us about it. Right?
Sure.
All right. Do we have time for more, or you know what? There's no time for more. All right. Let me hand over back to our beautiful MC, Toastmaster Maimuna. The floor is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, DTM Ellen Paul.